Good morning, students. Good morning. In last class, we did figure of speech and we did very easy one. Okay. So which one we did in last class? Simile, metaphor, alliteration, personification, repetition, anaphora, antithesis. Okay, ये सब हमने की थी. Now this is the second part, and in this also we are going to cover some of the figure of speech. First of all, you should know what is figure of speech. In last class also I explained you what is figure of speech. Let us revise one more time. Figure of speech or literary device are special ways of using words to make language more interesting, impressive and imaginative as well as expressive. ठीक है, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Figure of speech क्या है? It is a literary device. It is a kind of device which make the text, the things which are written in your book, which you read, okay, making it more interesting, so that when you read, you don't feel bored. Okay, it is specially used in the poems. हम poems में इसको ज़्यादातर use करते हैं. So let's begin with the today's first figure of speech, that is how you will pronounce it. Hyperbole? No, it is hyperbole. Yes, it is hyperbole. Okay, hyperbole, it is a figure of speech that uses extreme aggregation. What is the meaning of aggregation? What is aggregation? Telling something or defining something with large, something large, something vast, something very, something that you want to describe in a very large way. Okay, telling something in a very large way, in a very worse way, बुरी तरीके से कुछ चीज़ को बताना, किसी चीज़ को बहुत बड़ा चढ़ाकर बताना. That is the meaning of exaggeration. For emphasis or effect, emphasis means to focus on it, उसके ऊपर फोकस करना. ओके, सो हाइपरबोले इज दैट काइंड ऑफ फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इन विच यू फोकस ऑन समथिंग, ऑन विच यू एम्फसाइज ऑन समथिंग और यू make it large or make it worse. Okay, for example, I have told you 1,000 times. Do you tell someone 1,000 times? No, but when you are telling repeatedly to someone or you are emphasizing on something, for example, I told you 100 times to sit properly in the class. So I am not telling you 100 times to sit properly in the class, but I am putting an emphasis on something. मैं किसी चीज़ पर emphasis कर रही हूँ, किसी चीज़ पर बहुत ज़्यादा प्रभाव डालकर बोल रही हूँ. ठीक है, that is your hyperbole. Okay, for example, I am so hungry that I can eat a horse. I am so hungry that I can eat a horse. Can you eat a horse? No, you cannot. But the main meaning of this sentence is that you are so hungry that whatever you can get, you will eat that. आपको कुछ भी अभी इस टाइम पर खाने को मिल जाए, you will eat it. Okay, so understood what is hyperbole? Next is irony. Irony is a figure of speech in which the intended meaning of words are different from and often opposite to their literal meaning. Okay, so the words which are written, okay, which are the words which are spoken, they are different. Okay, the written words and the spoken words are different, their meanings are different. That is irony. For example, a fire station catches the fire. Do you really think a fire station will catch a fire? No, but we are just writing something opposite. Okay, the literary means is different. For example, a fire station catches a fire. A police station gets robbed. Do you really think a police station can get robbed? No, this is an irony. Okay, the literary meaning and the written meaning is different. Okay, so when you are expressing something and what is written, that is different. That is the irony. Understood? Next, how you will pronounce it? Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia is a figure of speech in which words imitate or suggest the natural sounds of things. Natural sound of water, natural sounds of bird, natural sound of air. Okay, that means the imitation of the words. Imitation means to copy the words. Okay, to copy the sounds. यहाँ पर हम sounds को copy करते हैं. For example, the snake hissed loudly. So the sound of the snake is snake hiss, है ना? Snake hiss. स्नेक जो है वो हिजिंग करता है, तो यहाँ पर स्नेक हिज लाउडली. सो दिस सेंटेंस इज ओनोमेटोपिया. ओनोमेटोपिया टेल्स यू अबाउट द साउंड ऑफ द नेचुरल थिंग्स. द रेन फेल विद अ पिटर पैटर रेन ड्रॉप्स. छोटे जब थे आप लोग तो आपने पोयम भी पढ़ी होगी. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड pitter patter raindrop, pitter patter raindrop. Okay, so that is the pitter patter we usually use for rain. Okay, can anyone give me one example of onomatopoeia? The bees buzz. The bees buzz. Okay, the cat meow. Okay, so these are the words of, these are the examples of onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia is very simple. This is oxymoron. An oxymoron is a figure of speech in which two opposite or contradictory words are placed together to create a striking effect or deeper meaning. When two opposite words, for example, beautiful and ugly, okay, old and young, okay, these words we put together in a sentence or in a poem also, so that we can give a different effect in the sentence. Okay, कुछ अलग different effect देने के लिए हम जब दो words, जो दो opposite words हैं, उनको हम क्या करते हैं, साथ में रखते हैं. That is your oxymoron. It was a peaceful war in his mind between right and wrong. So can you tell me the two words which are opposite in this sentence? Sorry? Right and wrong. Yes, very good. So what the sentence means? It was a peaceful war in his mind between right and wrong. So बहुत एक शांति वाली लड़ाई चल रही है उसके दिमाग में कि क्या सही है और क्या गलत है. ओके, और भी है इसमें, और भी है. पीसफुल एंड वॉर. पीसफुल शांति, वॉर झगड़ा, लड़ाई. ओके, सो देयर आर 4. Means there are two pair. One is peaceful and war, and second is right and wrong. Next one. She had a bittersweet smile on her face by saying goodbye. Word bitter sweet. Bitter kadwa, sweet meetha. Means mixed feeling. She was having mixed feeling. When she said goodbye, she was having mixed feeling. Means she was not feeling good, but she was satisfied. Okay. So oxymoron. Understood? Yes. Metonymy. What is the word? Metonymy. Metonymy is a figure of speech in which one thing is referred to by the name of something closely related to it. हम बेसिकली चीज़ों को ऐसा नहीं बोलते हैं, उनको डायरेक्टली नहीं बोलते हैं, हम लोग उसको एक अदर नेम दे देते हैं. ठीक है, हम उसको उसके नाम से, उसके दूसरे नाम से उस चीज़ को क्या करते हैं, बुलाते हैं. ठीक है, जो क्लोजली उससे रिलेटेड होता है. ओके, एग्जाम्पल, द क्राउन विल अनाउंस द न्यू लॉ टुमारो. क्राउन, ताज. हु वेयर द क्राउन? King. So instead of writing king, we have written crown. Okay, so we use the word which is near to it. Okay, which is near to the to something related to it. Next sentence, the entire city celebrated the victory. The entire city celebrated the victory. So instead of city, what we can write? People. Yes, so all the people of that particular city, okay, they enjoyed the victory, they celebrated the victory. That is metonymy. How will you pronounce it? Anyone can speak? Just raise your hand. कोई बोलेगा? अकेले ही pronounce करेगा इसको? What will be the correct pronunciation of this? Anyone? Synecdoche. This is synecdoche. Okay. See, this is synecdoche is a figure of speech in which a part of something is used to represent the whole or the whole is used to represent a part. ठीक है, दो चीजें होती हैं इसके अंदर. या तो हम क्या करते हैं कि किसी चीज का एक पार्ट लेके पूरी चीज को डिस्क्राइब कर देते हैं, या पूरी चीज को डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए एक पार्ट ले लेते हैं. दो चीजों में ये डिवाइड होता है. एग्जाम्पल देखो, पार्ट्स फॉर होल, अ पार्ट ऑफ समथिंग यूज्ड टू रेफर टू द एंटायर थिंग. मीन्स पूरी सब चीजों को बताने के लिए मैंने एक चीज का, एक वर्ड का यूज किया. एग्जाम्पल देखो, ऑल हैंड्स ऑन डेक. डेक क्या होता है? डेक, द ओपन पार्ट ऑफ द शिप, ठीक है, डेक. तो ऑल हैंड्स ऑन द डेक. अब शिप पर कौन होते हैं? sailors. Okay, so instead of writing here sailor, I wrote hands. I wrote hands. Okay, whole for a part means the whole is used to refer as a part. हमने whole मतलब सारा का सारा हमने क्या किया है? रेफर किया है. और हमने क्या यूज किया है? उसको as a part. Example, the world treated him kindly. World means the people of the world, some people of the world. Can anyone give me another example for synecdoche? The class is very attentive. The class is very attentive. We are not talking about the class, not the classroom, or we are talking about the student in the class. So the classroom is very attentive. So classroom cannot be attentive. Walls cannot be attentive. Okay. So in classroom who are present? Students. So who are attentive? Students. Okay. So this is synecdoche. Next. What is this? Assonance. Assonance is the repetition of the same vowel sound in nearby words. Same vowel sound. Okay. This is different from your alliteration. It is different. Okay. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Which vowel sound you can hear again and again in this line? A-I-N, in. Okay, this is assonance. In same line, the repetition of the vowel sound in the nearby words. जो आसपास के जो words हैं, उनमें क्या है? उनके जो vowels हैं, उनकी sound का repeat होना. That is assonance. Okay. For example, rain, Spain, mainly, plain. Okay. So you can. It is very easy. You can easily understand it. Go and mow the lawn. Go and mow the lawn. Go and mow. Okay. So go and mow. This is the repetition of the vowel sound in one sentence. This is assonance. Okay. What is the word? Euphemism. It is euphemism. When you are speaking these two words together, ph, that's become f. Now speak it. Euphemism. Okay. Euphemism. ph, f. Okay. Euphemism. Euphemism is a figure of speech in which a mild, indirect or polite expression is used instead of a harsh, unpleasant or blunt one. किसी को directly बोल देना, हार्श वर्ड्स बोल देना. ओके, इसमें ऐसा नहीं होता. आप बोल रहे हो उसको, ठीक है, लेकिन आप उसको पोलाइट वे में बोल रहे हो. यू आर स्पीकिंग टू दैट पर्सन बट एक्सप्रेसिंग इट इन अ वेरी पोलाइट मैनर. ओके. एग्जाम्पल, ही पास्ड अवे. ओके, हम ऐसा नहीं बोलेंगे वो मर गया, ही डाइड. नो, विल से he passed away. She is between jobs. She is between jobs means that she is finding jobs. That now she is not having any job. She is trying to find a new job. Okay. Senior citizens. Instead of old people, बूढ़े लोग की जगह हम क्या बोलते हैं? They are the senior citizens of the country. Okay. So when you are using mild or polite expression to express in a sentence, that is known as euphemism. That is euphemism. Okay. Now tell me, what is this? This is litotes. This is litotes. Okay. Litotes is a figure of speech that expresses a positive meaning by using a negative statement. Negative statement use कर रहे हैं, but we are speaking something positive. We are expressing something positive. For example, she is not happy. She is not happy. We can write she is unhappy. Okay. She is not well. She is unwell. Any other example can you give of litotes, जिसे आप बोलते हो litotes? और मैंने क्या बताया, क्या ये? Litotes. Okay, this is litotes. So another example, she is feeling hungry. She is starving. She is starving. Okay. Instead of writing she is feeling hungry, she is starving. Okay. Next. So here your worksheet, here your figure of speeches are completed. Okay. So these are the important figure of speech that usually come in your examination, and you have to prepare it for your exams and for your board exams also and for your school exams also. So there is one worksheet. Okay. I'm going to ask you one by one question and you will answer. I have told you million times to clean your room. What is it? Million times. Hyperbole. Okay, so this is hyper. Okay. Next, the alarm clock went tick tock all the night. Oh no? Metaphor. The firefighter's house caught fire. Irony. Okay. The crown has allowed new rules for the kingdom. The crown. कौन से वाले में था? Metonymy. She stood in deafening silence. Two opposite words in a one sentence. Oxymoron. We need more wheels. Here wheels means car. Okay, so we need more car. We have used one word for a whole thing, that is synecdoche. He is not weak. Litotes. Litotes. We bought a pre-owned car. We own a pre-owned car, which is used. We bought a pre-owned. Instead of writing second hand, we have used word pre-owned. Then it is euphemism. कौन सा? Euphemism. Euphemism. Slow road homes. Slow road homes. क्या क्या है इसमें? Low, row, ho. So this is assonance. Understood? Clear to you? Okay. That's it for today.